What's up, XRP family? What's up, Crypto Ghost? It's the Bagman, the Moon Commander, back on the Mothership 589. How's everybody doing out there? Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing the likes. We got a lot going on today in the crypto space, especially if you hold a bag of XRP. Let's go ahead and dive right into hyperdrive. XRP currently at 73 cents here on the Fiat League, up about 4%. Brad Garland House slams the SEC. We're going back on the ETH non-security status. Brad Garland House doubts that the crypto markets will have enough clarity now after Hinman's recent ETH affidavit. The great shakeout continues. They don't want you with those bags. And Gensler says, I'm pro-innovation, but we also need rules of the road. Pro-innovation, unless your name is Ripple.
The balance between regulation on one end and innovation on the other, where do you think you lie? Because I think that there's a large question in this country about where the United States is going to stand long term when it comes to crypto and crypto innovation. You spent 3 years teaching classes about crypto, so you're an expert in this topic.
I'm very pro-innovation. I think it helps the economy grow. I think more people get access to finance and access to good medicine, access to good jobs. I think I wouldn't have gone to MIT. I've been a professor there for 3 years at the intersection of finance and technology among some of the world's remarkable experts at MIT. So I count myself as pro-innovation, but I think that we also need rules of the road. Automobile came along 100 plus years ago, and if we didn't have rules of the road, Detroit wouldn't have been able to sell those automobiles. Those good factory jobs wouldn't have been created. Those good union jobs wouldn't have been created. Right. Without rules of the road, the people had confidence and trust in the automobiles. Similarly, we need trust in markets and trust in finance. This innovation, Satoshi Nakamoto's innovation, if it's going to meet its potential, needs to come within public policy frameworks.
Gary Gensler, crypto expert, or just a puppet? We don't listen to no false prophets. We live in a simulation. Alex Cobb says the Simpsons were right again. Gary Gensler, Mr. Burns. Chip on the chain. Why did ETH and BTC get a free pass? ETH, many believe, was an ICO because they want those bags.
The Q&A exploded into understandably, well, how do we know which one is a security, which one isn't? Why did Ethereum and Bitcoin get a free pass? And do you believe that's still appropriate, even though Ethereum, many people believe, was an ICO? Are you going to keep doing this regulation through litigation, which is what currently is going on? Or are you going to set some clear criteria so people in the market will know if they're issuing a security or if something has become a real currency or a commodity because it has a real use case?
So it's a great set. I know you're combining different people's questions. Yeah. It's a great set of questions. Let me say, I think there's actually a fair amount of clarity. And why did I quote Jay Clayton to say it crosses chairs, it crosses party lines, it crosses different philosophies? I mean, Jay and I really met as he was in this job, and he was in his job and I was at MIT. I think there's a lot of clarity, this Howey test and these other tests, Reeves test. There's something called Gary Indiana, Gary Plastic, not Gary Gensler. There's a number of tests that really is quite clear. What I'm trying to say about the platforms, and then I'll get to your point about regulation by litigation, I think was what Anja said.
Yeah. Actually, it's a question that I think came from John Burton and Julie Globus. Yeah.
Oh, right there, John and Julie. But I think that the platforms, look, if you have 3 or 5 tokens, you know, I'm not going to judge any one token. It's facts and circumstances. I'm not going to judge any one token on this open WebEx. It's possible. But when you get to 25, 50, 100 tokens, probabilities are it's pretty unlikely that all 50, all 100 don't pass the Howey test.
And the war on crypto and the war on XRP, Gary G. Brad Garland House doesn't believe there's clarity. Jeremy Hogan says, well, of course, Chairman Gensler said that there is regulatory clarity in the crypto world. He doesn't want his speech to be Exhibit A to Ripple's motion on its fair notice defense. What else could he say? Mac attack XRP, SEC versus Ripple. XRP is not subject to SEC under pending bill, said attorney Theon Vu Hogan. This would mean that XRP is a digital asset and subject to regulation by the CFTC and not the SEC. Large parts of the SEC lawsuit would then become moot, according to attorney Thean Vu Hogan. Michael Arrington says one thing Gensler made clear today: he thinks all of the crypto is under his control, and he's eager to expand the power of the SEC. He said that the law is clear based on 75 enforcement actions, but seems to be walking back clarity on ETH. At least, all I see is more muddy water. Brad Garlinghouse says in 2018, Bill Hinman said ETH isn't a security, and Jay Clayton agreed. But just weeks ago, Hinman filed a sworn affidavit in court saying that the SEC still has not taken any position or expressed a view on ETH status. So how is the market supposed to have clarity? Also, it looks like this may confirm that Hinman was deposed, because a week ago was the deposition date. Let me know what you think down below. Johnny Deaton says Arrington heard it this way because that's exactly what was said. Regulation by enforcement will continue. The fact that Gensler claimed that there is clarity in the market says it all. Someone's pulling the strings. Deaton also says, hey Gensler, if there's a such thing as clarity in the markets regarding digital assets, why does your former agency feel compelled to speak out? Brian Quintero says, just so we're all clear here, the SEC has no authority over pure commodities or their trading venues, whether those commodities are wheat, gold, oil, or crypto assets. In other news, 250 million XRP has been moved to Bitstamp, while Ripple keeps sending tokens to Huobi. Looks like the rest of the world is ready, and they're ready to flip the switch. Is USA gonna be on board, or are we gonna be left behind? All I know is they can get left behind, but my bags are packed. And if you got a bag, welcome to the family. Julia Chatterley, people are asking for digital solutions. We have to rise to the challenge and provide them with cash in a digital form, but Bitcoin is not the answer. Augustine Carstens calls Bitcoin an ecological disaster and blockchain DLT a wonderful tech. You know what they're talking about.
And I saw back in January, you said, look, there's real risks here and that Bitcoin, for example, could go to zero. How do you feel about this today? And how do we separate all of these issues and make sure we get all of them right? The regulation in each sector, because there are those that say the most efficient way of using and facilitating payments in the future in the financial system is crypto. Where does the BIS stand on this?
Well, where we stand here is that we need to certainly take advantage of all the technology that is out there. For example, the technology on which Bitcoin is based, DLT and blockchain, is a wonderful technology, and I think we need to adopt it. Now, the real issue is the application. I think that Bitcoin, in the way it was formed, is not really delivering what it's supposed to deliver, which is a good substitute for cash. It's not a good deposit of value. It's not a good medium of exchange. It's hugely volatile. It's an ecological disaster. So what we want to do is to use the technology and offer people a better representation of really trusted money. What is a really trusted money that is out there? Well, it's basically cash. And today, cash is just represented in papers and coins, and people are asking for digital solutions, and therefore we have to raise to the challenge and provide them with cash in the digital form. That also would facilitate many financial transactions. It would facilitate, for example, to reduce transaction costs in cross-border payments. It would facilitate also financial inclusion. We have still even in countries like the US, a high percentage of the population still doesn't have access to financial services. Right. And therefore, it would be interesting to look for something like this to make a dent in that regard.
You know, every time I think about the payment space and the future of payments, my head explodes because there's so many things to consider. And this was a whole new one, this report, and I loved reading it. So come back and talk to us soon.
Bitcoin doesn't work. Apply the standard. Free XRP. Flare Network says, oh nice, why is Descent Wallets partnering with several FTSO providers? Let me share a small idea. FTSO Portal says Descent team has a plan to build a featured name FTSO Portal. FTS Portal will have functionalities like below: wrap unwrap between Flare, WFLR, list of FTSO providers which integrates Descent Wallet, delegate undelegate to FTSO providers, Any FTSO provider can be listed if the provider integrate with the Descent wallet. If you are a FTSO provider and have an interest to join the band, DM me. My DM is open. Descent wallets. Link down below to pick up a Descent wallet, the best wallet to store your XLM, XRP, XDC, Lair, Songbird. Ethereum upgrade that will destroy coins is happening August 5th. Here are 4 things you need to know. A major Ethereum network upgrade, codename EIP 1559, is due on Thursday. The change has excited some investors as it will start to destroy or burn Ether coins, technically known as the Ethereum Improvement Protocol 1559 or EIP 1559, and will be included in a network upgrade called London Hard Fork. The change to Ethereum is all about making transaction fees more predictable, therefore making the network easier to use. After the EIP 1559, users will pay a base fee, which will be algorithmically determined by the network depending on how busy it is. Instead of submitting bids, they will also be able to pay a miner a tip to have their transaction processed sooner. 1559 has excited people because it will destroy or burn Ether, the cryptocurrency of the network. Miners do not receive the base fee, otherwise they could artificially congest the network to keep the fee high. It's destroyed instead. As said, transaction fees won't necessarily be cheaper. Bigger changes are coming to the Ethereum network. EIP 1559 is small compared to Ethereum 2.0, which developers hope will be complete by early 2022. Or you can jump on XRP, jump on the RippleNet. It's ready now for enterprise use, fast, efficient, scalable. They're suppressing XRP. It's one of the best cryptos out there that's capable of overtaking Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm in it for the long run. Know what you hold. When they're ready, it will fly. At XRP, Lair, YFLR, Songbird, John Smith, 13. Apply the standard, free XRP, end the war on cryptocurrencies. XRP, the standard. Elliot Lee, Ripple has opened new grad roles across RippleNet, RippleEGS, data, and machine learning. Interested in the intersection of payments, banking, and the blockchain? Join us today. DM with any questions. Ripple, continuing to hire, because the future is extremely bright. Also, XRP, if you didn't know, uses less energy than both the dollar and credit cards. In our new Blockstars podcast episode, hear about the sustainability of different cryptocurrencies and how XRP stacks up and is leading the charge and is setting the standard. Also, hey devs, the first ever XRPL developer conference is September 29th through 30th. Learn all about the Apex 2021 event that we're co-hosting with the XRPLF here. With that being said, I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, loading up on the greatest opportunity at hand, while they continue to shake out the weak hands. The 1% continue loading up on the greatest opportunity at hand. I hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Remember to continue spreading that liquid love, and a bag a day keeps the SEC, Gary Gensler, and the fraudsters away. I'll catch y'all all up here on the mothership in the next one. Peace out, crypto family.
Him and got deposed, this was all a show. They want you out for show, now they been exposed. Why a lawsuit on your last day going out the door? Got you on that blockchain trail. SEC getting paid in Ether. Bitcoin hella slow, do some research. I don't wanna be your crypto teacher. Stop asking me what to buy, it's on my t-shirt. Moon Commander in a rocket, by the leave Earth. The SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto. Big bags on me, middle fingers to the devils. Rocket fly itself, no keys, no pedals. RippleNet memos.